Are you registered to vote? Headcount is a nonpartisan organization that works with the music and entertainment industry to get fans to vote. To update or check your voter registration status, go to headcount.org, where you'll find all the information you need to be ready for Election Day. Many people don't realize that when you move or change your residence, you are no longer registered to vote. Studies also showed that 60% or more of eligible voters have never even been asked to register. Headcount.org is working to change that. Register to vote at headcount.org. Hello, everyone. Welcome to a special bonus episode of Millennials with Mics. I'm Aaron Mason.
And I am Christian Stevens.
So we wrapped up our first season of Millennials with Mics back in August.
Yep.
We're working on some ideas and things for the second season now.
Yeah.
Second season will be released at a date TBD.
Yes.
But we're getting back into doing movie reviews of movies that have been released straight to VOD.
Yeah.
Theaters are open again. You know, New Mutants just released to theaters, but it's still just not really safe to go out to movie theaters right now.
And box officely, they're doing very poorly due to that fact.
Yeah.
You know? So
it's too soon. The studios are pushing them out too soon. The movie theaters themselves are kind of foolish for opening anyways.
You know, I kind of don't blame them for wanting to want things to be back to normal and get things more normal, but at the same time, it's just
if it's not safe, it's not safe.
If it's not safe, it's not safe, you know? So,
but we have done a few reviews already of things that have been released to VOD.
Yeah.
On our 1302 entertainment page.
Yeah. Available on Facebook.
But we don't want to leave our Millennials with Marketing. I've had a long day. We don't want to leave our Millennials with Mics fans hanging for...
We do market things.
We're not quite sure how long. Yes, I'm in marketing. And we market 1302 Entertainment, Millennials with Mics, a lot of things. But we don't want to leave everybody hanging, so we thought that doing a little brief episode of our movie reviews would be good.
Yeah.
So whenever we see a movie that is newly released, be it direct to VOD, Netflix, HBO Max, what have you, we will watch them.
Yeah.
And then usually I would say at least within a month, usually within a couple weeks of them coming out, we'll see them and then we'll do a review on them. So
are you saying like how far along we review them from seeing them?
Yeah. Like
from release date.
From release date.
Oh, yeah. That would be more accurate.
Because usually it's just a couple weeks when we see something, but shit happens, and, you know, sometimes it's 3-4 weeks after it comes out. But within relatively soon after it comes out, we'll do a review.
Yeah. Still fairly fresh.
Yeah. So that's what these bonus episodes are going to be. Though they're not going to be, you know, we'll have one a week or something like that. It's just as we see movies. Because we don't see all the movies. We see movies that look interesting and that are worth potentially paying for.
Yeah, on our media page, it'll, you know, we do a wide span of films that we review, but it's amongst films that we think are worth reviewing, not just what is out. So we don't just review any and everything.
So some of the things we see, you know, they don't end up being that good.
And that's
the nature of movies, right?
Yes.
And that's a good intro for the movie we're going to review today, which is Tesla.
Tesla, starring Ethan Hawke.
So, who reviewed Tesla? So, who directed Tesla?
Tesla was directed by Michael Almereyda.
And he's done some interesting things.
Yeah.
Twister. But not the Twister you're thinking.
Yeah. A very B-rated
1989
version of Twister.
With Crispin Glover, Harry Dean Stanton, and Dylan McDermott. Wow. He also directed Hamlet 2000 in 2000 with Ethan Hawke as well.
Jesus.
And Marjorie Prime, the 2017 movie with John Hamm.
Oh,
That's quite the collection of movies. But he directed and wrote this, correct?
Yeah.
Released, it's an IFC Films.
Mm-hmm.
Premiered at Sundance back in January of this year and was released direct to VOD on August 21st.
Okay, yeah.
So what were your initial thoughts on the movie, Christian? Being somewhat kind?
Oh, somewhat kind. Yes, I think Tesla was very interesting take on Nikola Tesla and his achievements and his failings and the doing with Westinghouse and Edison and all that kind of stuff. And I thought that Ethan Hawke's overall look and performance of Nikola Tesla was decent.
Good. Yeah.
Yeah.
So
besides that,
that's the nice way of saying it.
yes.
What is your more blunt feelings towards, like in one sentence?
Okay. I thought that the movie was a directorially cinematical mess.
That's fair. Part of it was, what do they call it? Biopic.
In a way,
Part of it was like that.
part of it was like that.
Part of it was psychedelic, almost.
There was a weird mental psychedelic twist to the film, almost like a Terry Gilliam
Very
type picture,
odd.
and I did not think it rubbed the right way.
And then, on top of that, like that was towards the ending of it, I think.
Well, we were already kind of losing
But
string on that.
then, on and off throughout the whole thing, one of the characters in the movie, played by Eve Hewson,
She the dark hair one?
It would cut to her, and she would be talking about, like, she would have a MacBook laptop.
Right.
And
Talking about Tesla and
talking
Westinghouse
about, like, if you Google Tesla, this, and this shows up.
on a projector screen.
Yeah, like,
Looking at Google images of these people.
what?
And I don't know why we're going, like, you're doing a historic piece, sort of biopic film.
Why are you
And then
cutting...
you're flipping to the same character in that biopic film on a modern day MacBook, flipping through Google images of Tesla. Like, what is this movie trying to say?
And, like, that's... I don't feel like that's a spoiler because that is in the trailer of this
And
character
they make
doing
it heavily
this.
implied of how this movie's going to go.
And that happens throughout the movie.
Yeah, quite a few times.
And then you have the psychedelic part to it. It really was a mess. Like you said, Ethan Hawke was good.
And it's
the
not
most part.
Ethan Hawke's fault for the filmmakers and the production company. and
No,
all that kind
not
of
at
crap,
all.
and what he had to go into. And he's just trying to make a buck.
Yeah. And, you know, everybody else was just, all the other cast members were just meh. Nobody, like Jim Gaffigan, the comedian, he started to act more in the last couple of years. I saw he has a couple more movies coming out
In
this year.
drama roles, like
Yeah.
Chappaquiddick.
And he played George Westinghouse,
Yeah, George
in
Westinghouse.
this, played by Michael Shannon in the current Wars. He was okay. Kind of miscast, I thought, the role.
Miscast and not very special. Didn't really bring anything fresh to the table.
and that was...
nothing that Jim Gaffigan's good for that he should have been in the movie for.
And honestly, the whole cast, other than Ethan Hawke, I felt that way about. Like, no one was cast
These were
that was brought anything to the role.
And there's nothing wrong with unknown named actors and things like that, but this was a full cast of that. And these are people I don't think they have been in a lot of like credit roles.
Now, I will say...
So I feel like overall the cast was just a little bit like what and who.
So you have four actors in this, the four leads, quote unquote, who some category of people in America are going to know them. You have Ethan Hawke.
Right.
Eve Hewson, people may have seen her in Steven Spielberg's Bridge of Spies.
Okay.
She was Maid Marian in the Robin Hood movie from 2018 with Taron Egerton and Jamie Foxx.
Oh, I remember that.
She also was in The Nick in 2014, 2015. Right. Steven Soderbergh's The Nick.
How many seasons did that have?
2, 3?
Right.
2. It had 2 seasons. So some people might know her from that. I recognized her.
Right.
Ethan Hawke, Kyle McCallaghan. A lot of older people would know him. He was in Twin Peaks back in the day.
Who did he play in this?
Thomas Edison.
Oh.
He was in Twin Peaks back in the day. Our parents, age like
sure.
baby boomers, 40s, 50s would know that. He was in a movie called Blue Violet. He was in the original Dune. He was also in, more recently at least, he was in Desperate Housewives. He was in that for 6 years. He was on Sex and the City for a couple years. How I Met Your Mother on and off for a few seasons.
Okay, so kind of TV actor in some
Portlandia
films.
Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D.
Right.
Emmy Award winner for his role in Twin Peaks. So he's been in some stuff, just not a thing that millennials would really recognize him for. And then, of course, Jim Gaffigan. Notable,
that doesn't really need explanation.
Yeah.
Well, I mean,
notable comedian.
He's that big, fat, blonde, bearded comedian guy.
He's really funny. He is. His stand-up is good.
Stand-up in sitcoms and things.
He's acted on and off throughout his career. Since, I'm looking at his filmography here, since 2018, he's been in several things ever since. He's been in things before that, but like 2018, he was in like 5 things. 2019, he was in like 6 or 7 things.
Small things?
Smaller, yeah.
Yeah.
He was in Hotel Transylvania 3, Super Troopers 2,
right.
Chappaquiddick, but then some smaller things, Duck, Duck, Goose, Being Frank, American Dreamer.
Mm-hmm.
And then he's got something else coming up called Most Wanted that he has a small role in, apparently, with Josh Hartnett.
Is that going to be another remake of the Philip Seymour Hoffman Most Wanted?
Oh, God, I hope not. Oh, God, that movie was terrible. Don't tell me this is that.
Well, so the same title.
Oh, it is. I didn't even think about that. Fuck me. Let's hope. We'll have to do some research on that. Fuck me, that was bad.
He kind of looks like a Philip Seymour Hoffman.
So, but the rest, other than those 4 individuals, the rest of that cast was, and essentially a lot of unknowns. And being an indie film, you know, IFC released, Sundance, that's to be expected.
Right.
The director hasn't done much.
Nothing noteworthy.
And nothing really noteworthy. Nothing you would go, oh, I've seen that, or most people would at least. So it's one of those things.
Even we haven't seen those.
Yeah. So it's one of those things that, you know, the trailer made it look interesting. It made it look like it wasn't just going to be a straight biopic, which it wasn't. But boy, was it weird.
It did make me think it was going to be weird, though.
Yeah, and it was.
I could tell. And it was slower, but even on the parts that weren't too slow, it was just odd.
Yeah.
The rollerblades, the singing. And then the MacBook Colt.
It was just...
There was a lot of weird stuff happening.
Like you said, it was an directorial mess.
Yes, it
was. So, that's... I don't really feel like there's much more to say about that. Do you have anything else to add?
No. On our official page, we give it a 2 3/4 out of 5-star rating because we do things in a 5-star rating. And if you would like to see the full review of it, it's on our 1302 Entertainment page, which is on Facebook. And
Instagram.
Yes, we do have posts on Instagram as well.
Instagram. At
I do the reviews on Instagram too. Yeah. Mm-hmm. So yeah, Instagram and Facebook of the same name. So, but yeah, besides that,
that's really, you know,
I usually we usually find films that are a bit more praised, a little bit more positive, and are more well promoted for the most part. But we do get those eggs sometimes where it's like, okay, that was just a bad egg.
Yeah.
And
that's okay.
Yeah.
You know, you need
we give fair reviews, and not by any means do I say don't watch this.
Maybe wait till it's free though.
I would say you might feel your money's wasted if you did rent it. So maybe if it's available on a free streaming or whatever.
Yeah, because it's eventually going to go to Netflix,
Within months.
HBO Max, or Hulu, something. Wait till then.
A little bit of patience is all it takes. So
let's we don't know when exactly we're going to be reviewing them, of course, but we do know some VOD movies that are going to be coming out that we've talked about that we're going to see in review. Yes.
Sure.
So Antebellum is coming out in a couple weeks.
Right.
That's
Is that coming out on HBO or something like that?
No, it's
straight to VOD.
Straight to VOD.
Okay.
Because it was originally going to be like a Halloween release theater movie.
Right.
But because of COVID and everything, it's not, and it's a horror-ish, psychological horror thriller is what they classify it as. With Janelle Monáe, Eric Lang, Jenna Malone, Jack Houston. Interesting cast.
Yeah.
So we'll be reviewing that sometime after it comes out. It doesn't come out till later in the month. But then you have Enola Holmes on Netflix. The Boys in the Band. I think that's on Netflix as well. And that is a Ryan Murphy project. He doesn't do many movies.
No, not at all. Mostly TV. Yeah.
But it's just produced by him. It's actually directed by someone named Joe Mantello. Not sure what he's done. But based on a Broadway play,
right,
and a 1970 movie.
Okay.
Got a really good cast: Jim Parsons, Zachary Quinto, Matt Bomer. The premise: a group of gay friends unite to celebrate one of their birthdays, and goes from there. And then the last movie we talked about, we still haven't seen a trailer for this. I think they actually just dropped a trailer for it in the last day or so. But is a movie called The Glorias with Julianne Moore, Alicia Vikander, Janelle Monáe, and Bette Midler.
Did we see a trailer for that?
No, they didn't. When we talked about it, they didn't. They finally have a poster for it.
That's
about Gloria Steinem.
We don't know if we're going to watch and review that, but until a trailer's released, then we'll make that assumption.
It's got a good cast. We just need to see.
But
it's about Gloria Steinem, feminist journalist and social activist. So it's not a lot known about it. It's an indie movie. It was at Sundance.
It's probably going to be straight to VOD anyways.
Oh, it is. It is.
Well, we need to see a trailer for that.
Yeah. So, but any other words? The new Bond trailer dropped.
Oh my god.
That's the second trailer, right?
Trailer number 2. That's all we're going to get because November is around the corner.
Jesus, that's hard to believe.
And it's going to be pushed probably. But assuming...
Of course, if movies keep bombing at the box office, there's no way.
And it's not getting any better right now.
What about Wonder Woman? It's coming out. It's supposed to come out before then.
I just feel like any big blockbuster is going to be pushed.
And
Tenet's going to be the first movie to be in theaters to show that it's going to fail, probably, financially. And then all the other movies are going to be kind of scared.
I have a feeling that Tenet was going to bomb anyways. I think they've been promoting it and saying it's going to be so good.
Fans weren't really like, I'm excited about Tenet. No one was really excited about Tenet to begin with.
They've been marketing this.
But they thought hey, Tenet's going to be big because Christopher Nolan did it. I'm like, doesn't mean anything.
I was about to say, I have a feeling, regardless of COVID, I have a feeling Tenet.
It looks like a fun, decent film.
I have a feeling it was going to bomb regardless.
Right. It doesn't.
They have an excuse for it now if they still release it, but
I think even if things were normal, like it usually is, and Tenet came out,
I still think
it was going to probably match or just barely go above box office, but it wasn't going to be like super duper like tripling it by any means.
No.
It was definitely going to be worse than the studio would have wanted.
Yeah.
Because it's definitely, in my opinion, I feel like Christopher Nolan's kind of going downhill, but this just looks like another Inception, but a lot more complicated.
Yeah, which a lot of people had so much trouble with Inception already.
You think they're going to be up on board with Tenet now?
Yeah. But maybe if that ends up bombing, maybe that's what they'll need to say, okay, we're going to push back Wonder Woman.
We've got Death on the Nile coming.
Death on the Nile, Wonder Woman, Bond.
I mean, The King's Man already pushed to next February.
They all just need to push to next year. They do.
They've all been doing it. Yeah.
But like now they're releasing it now, September 3rd. They're releasing a Bond trailer saying coming in November. Why?
Well, because we're hoping that it's gonna maybe Bond fans will be over COVID-19, and well, but again,
They still need to push it. I'm sorry.
you know,
Death on the Nile is supposed to come out like the
In
day
October.
October 21st.
and I don't know.
I don't.
It's a week by week, month by month thing. Like, we just don't know what's gonna happen.
Yeah.
I mean, there are people going to the movies who see that movies are making a budget, but not a good budget, not
No.
like normal, because people don't want to.
Like a movie like New Mutants did 4 or 5 million on its opening weekend.
3.1 million, yeah.
Jesus. And that's some people have been dying for that for a couple
We've been.
years.
We've been waiting for that for a long time.
And they
But
kept
we haven't gone. you
No.
know. We wait for it to be on VOD, because.
Yeah. We prefer not to get COVID.
Yeah.
Crazy us. But
Mm-hmm.
well,
We'll just see.
so we'll be back here within a few weeks with another bonus edition of Millennials with Mics, another review.
Yeah.
But until then, what do they say? Stay thirsty, my friends.
Stay thirsty. I guess they say that. I don't know.
That's the Dos Equis man.
Oh,
Stay thirsty, my friends.
yes. I was thinking of a fun line to do, but it's just going to come out stupid, so I'm going to scrap that in my mind. So, yes. Till next time.
Till next time. See you later.